The big questions remained unanswered. First and foremost, who started it this morning? Who fired first? The armed forces, the police restated their position that it was an armed group of terrorists, that protesters fired first. As you said, they showed video purportedly of protesters firing on to the security forces. The second big question, even if protesters provoked this, even if they fired first, was the use of lethal force that led to more than 40 people being killed, hundreds injured, was that justified? These are questions that are going to be very difficult to sort out. And for the most part, it's because now you have an information war, and engaged in this information war are three groups, three institutions that don't exactly have a stellar record of credibility. You have the Muslim Brotherhood, you have the military, and you have the police. If you talk to Egyptians here, it's widely believed that these are three groups that have a history of making questionable claims, delivering questionable explanations, and spinning things in their favor. So despite this news conference, all sorts of questions remain about what happened this morning. What is clear is a lot of people died, 42 people killed in these clashes in front of the Presidential Guard between supporters of Mr. Morsi and security forces, both sides accusing one another, saying they started it first. Michael?
And central to all of this, Reza, there was always going to be a need to move quickly towards transition, to move things along. That's not happening right now, or certainly not fast enough. And the risks that exist in that kind of vacuum, we're already seeing the results. Where is the framework at the moment?
Well, look, there's no question that a few days ago, the millions of people who wanted Mr. Morsi out, the Muslim Brotherhood-led government out, they were celebrating. They wanted an easy and smooth transition, but there's all sorts of indications that this is not going to be easy. If anyone thought that the Muslim Brotherhood, their political wing, the Freedom and Justice Party, supporters of Mr. Morsi would step aside, all they have to do is look at the past few days and they'll see that this is not happening. Now, the question is, what happens now? Who can step in to resolve this conflict? Who can make an offer to the Muslim Brotherhood and supporters of Mr. Morsi that could satisfy them, ease the anger? Short of their former president, Mr. Morsi, being reinstated, they say nothing's going to satisfy them. They say they're going to continue to demonstrate until he's back. And you have to consider their position. Will they back down if they're made an offer? Or will they view this as a fight for their political survival? And if that's the case, many elements within the Brotherhood, within this movement, are going to dig in and perhaps escalate things. So all sorts of uncertainty being injected into this political conflict that's far from over, Michael.
And a hardening of positions as well, Reza. The polarization of the positions of the two sides is just magnified at the moment. I mean, before all this happened, you had the opposition not wanting to meet with Mr. Morsi to have discussions, saying that he was disingenuous, there was nothing in it for them. And now you're seeing really an emboldening in many ways of the Muslim Brotherhood and their position, that they have few options other to stand by their man and get their people out onto the street.
You're seeing that, and you're seeing deep mistrust. What happened this morning here was Egyptians killing one another. And you would hope, if you care about the stability of this country, that there be some sympathy on both sides. But it's remarkable how you continue to see the mistrust. There's posts on social media that the deaths this morning, it was fake blood, accusations that they were terrorists. On the other side, accusations coming too. And these are indications that these two sides are not coming closer together, despite this tragedy that's destabilized this country even more. These are signs that these two sides are growing farther apart.